I hear you want to retire in Arizona. Today, let's find out if Phoenix homes are affordable and what areas might be best for you. And to begin, do your research, get rid of the noise, and find your neighborhood. Start by subscribing to this channel. Stick around to the end and I'll show you 2 money-saving strategies that'll put thousands back in your pocket when you purchase your next home with me and my team. Hey everybody, if you're planning a move to Arizona, that's what we're here for. We get calls and text messages and comments in these videos all the time from people who are thinking about moving to Phoenix, Scottsdale, Chandler, Tempe, Glendale, all over the valley. Anyhow, we get completely excited when we get those calls, texts, and emails right here on YouTube, so keep them coming. That's why we make all these videos about living in sunny Phoenix. We want to make sure that you're aware of all the fun things to do, what it's like to live here, and even what the various neighborhoods are like. So don't be shy. Call, text, or email. Send a man on a horse. Send smoke signals. Do what you got to do. We can help you. Now, what I'd like to do is take you over to my website, show you how easy it is to search and determine where the homes in your price range that are your style, that have the things you want in them, to show you how easy it is to find those homes right on my website. So come on, let's go. Let's check it out. Okay, so the first thing you want to do once you get on the website, you want to click on this advanced search tab. This is the most powerful search, so let's just start with that. So we're going to look at active listings. If you wanted to look at some other status, you certainly could, but we're going to look at active listings. We're going to look in Phoenix. In fact, let's just say we're going to look in Maricopa. Maricopa, not the city, but the county. Okay? We want at least 3 bedrooms, and we want at least 1,500 square feet. And let's say we want to only look at single family homes. You see how easy this is? All you've got to do is pick the criteria that you want and it's going to spit them out. So let's say we're looking at homes between 400,000. You type it in and then you click on it. And 500,000. So you have to type it in and then click on it. And let's say we want a home with at least 2 bathrooms. And we only want to look at homes that are listed that have images. We don't want to read about homes. We want to look at the images. So sometimes a listing will get posted and the agent just hasn't uploaded the images yet. Sometimes their photographer is going out and they've looked at the home and entered all the criteria in the MLS and are just waiting on photos. But we don't want to see them until they have a photo. That's how most of us are anyhow. So now let's click on search and the results are going to appear. Now, if you want to look at the individual results, they're all below. But one of the things I like to do initially is look at the map. So you can kind of see where these homes are scattered across the valley that fit our criteria. You can see that a lot of these are east of I-17 and there's a few of them to the west, but I imagine that this might be due to price point. So let's just see. Let's just say you wanted to find a home that was somewhere between 200,000 and a maximum price of 250,000. Everything else we'll leave the same. Let's see what happens. So we'll hit search. Now look, everything's shifted. Most of the results are west of I-17. So that already tells you a lot. This is how we do our research. If you don't do the research at first, you're going to be looking at every single city all across the valley, and it's going to drive you crazy. You can't realistically do a good job of touring the Phoenix metropolitan and all 30 of its cities if you're trying to find homes in all those places all at once. Certainly, you've got a price point in your mind, and you'd like to stick with that budget. That's usually where most people begin, and they try to see what fits for them. So let's go back to our price point of 400,000 up to 500,000, just because more expensive homes are more fun to look at. So let's look at those. So as we scroll down, we can zoom in on the map and we can start clicking on these individually if we please. If we know the area, if we're acquainted with the area, maybe we know that we want to live near this preserve and we like that area. So once you click on it, you can click on photo gallery and it'll present those to you, and you can start clicking through those and get a feel for that house. Now, if you end up feeling like that might be a good house for you, you can go to the property, click on that button, and you can save this property if you like. Let's say we want to save it. Now it's saved to a list, and the cool thing about that is you can always refer back to it. Now, if you want to get back to where we were at, we're going to go back to results. So this is what we do when we get back to all these results. Now, some people just want to start looking at all the homes and they know they're all across the valley. If you're just kind of trying to get a general feel for the valley itself, maybe you want to look at homes in Fountain Hills and then, 40 miles away over in Mesa, and then maybe over in Phoenix, and then maybe you want to go up to Cave Creek. Those are really scattered results. They're all over the map, literally. And I bet if you were to drive from one to the other, you're driving at least 100 miles just to see those 4 homes. That's how far apart they are, and that's how big our valley is. And that's why I think if you are from out of town and if you're considering moving into Phoenix, one of the best things you can do if you want to retire in Arizona, one of the best things you can do is make a trip or two to the area just to see how you like it. Start looking at these various areas and see which ones are the best fit for you in terms of lifestyle. I promise you that when you start looking, you're going to like some and not like others. And it's not always due to price point. You might like a certain area because of the topography. For example, if you're looking to retire in Arizona and you want to live in an area that has a lot of hills, then we already know that you're not going to want to live south of I-10 or south of the 202 because most of that doesn't have a lot of mountains unless you go way south and to where you're almost out in the country or way out on the edges. So if you're looking to be around some of the areas with hills, you might want to consider areas like North Scottsdale, parts of Phoenix, the White Tank Mountains out on the west side, the Santan Mountains out on the east side. There's a lot that can be had for various topography guidelines that you might want to have. You might want to have those mountain views. Maybe that does or doesn't matter to you. Maybe you want city light views. And if that's the case, you'd probably want to be perched up on a hill. That's how I would begin my search if I were a person looking for a home in the Phoenix area. And this little website is a great place to go to do your search. It's much more reliable than something like Zillow. So if you're looking for Phoenix homes, if you're looking for Scottsdale homes, Chandler homes, any of that stuff, this website's a great place to do it because when you pull up the results and it says available, it's actually going to be available. Sometimes the results on Zillow, many times, those homes are already sold, days if not weeks ago, and they're not on the market anymore. And it's just really frustrating for buyers to be looking at that stuff. So I hope this little search has been helpful to you. And hey, I promised if you stuck around to this point in the video, I had a couple of money-saving strategies for you. I do, and I'm going to tell you about them right now. You can go to getmovingkit.com, sign up for that. That's something that my team and I created that's designed to save you thousands when you buy your next home. It gives you access to things like Apple products, Apple Home products. It gives you access to home services like cleaning, unboxing, painting. It gives you also access to, if you would rather use that money towards your closing costs, you could use some of that money towards your closing costs or split it up however you'd like to use it. So go to getmovingkit.com now and sign up to save a boatload of money. Also, when you use my lender, Market Line Mortgage, Tom Hemmingson at Market Line Mortgage, he is going to reimburse you for your appraisal when you finance your purchase through him. And now, I'd like you to check out my next video, Cost of Living in Phoenix. Go there now, and I'll see you there. See ya!